Magearna, a really crazy broken Pokemon with Soul Heart that gives a +1 special attack boost every single time a Pokemon faints on the field, as well as an incredible typing with Fairy and Steel, great bulk in general. It is an absurd Pokemon, and it is finally legal in VGC. We're going to be trying it out and see how broken it actually is. This is an offensive Magearna Rain team. Let's break it down. First up, we have the Mystic Water Kyogre with the Drizzle ability to summon the rain with the Grass Terra type that is able to just help out against super effective Grass and Electric type moves, and as well as play around the Amoonguss Redirection, as well as be immune to the Spore. Water Spout, Thunder, Origin Pulse, Protect. Pretty standard Kyogre set. You have Thunder on this team because hitting opposing water types is actually a little bit difficult with the team. Especially that Water Urshifu, you might need an immediate knockout because opposing Water Urshifu is really scary to deal with. So having that Thunder to be able to one-shot is pretty important. Otherwise, the spread water type moves, Water Spout and Origin Pulse, are pretty hard hitting damage outputs, especially with the Rain boost and the Mystic Water. EV spread wise, this is a Kyogre that can function both in Trick Room and Tailwind. You have a good amount of speed with 108 with a modest nature. This allows you to outspeed a lot of the Choice Scarf mons after a Tailwind is set up, but otherwise still decently slow enough to function in Trick Room. 156 with a special attack EVs, as well as a modest nature, is able to just get an extra stat point in its special attack and really just fire off really strong damage. The 140 in HP does allow the Kyogre to get more grassy terrain recovery if the opponent decides to bring a Rillaboom to counter your psychic terrain, as well as pressure the Kyogre, so you're able to get a bit more HP recovery there. Have an odd HP stat for Super Fang and Ruination to be left at 51% instead of a 50%. That could matter for some calcs. And you still have a good amount of defense because you need the Kyogre to be able to tank the physical attacks, because there is no Intimidate on this team, and you want Kyogre usually to be able to get 2 shots, especially with the Origin Pulse that might be necessary in some matchups, and as well as be able to tank on like Zamazenta, Body Press, and more. Across the board, it is a really strong weather setter and can just function well both in Tailwind and Trick Room that the team is able to provide. Next Pokemon we have is the Booster Energy Yvesangelist with the Quark Drive, which gives a speed booster, which allows the Yvesangelist to be able to outspeed Pokemon like the Miraidon, a bunch of Choice Scarf mons, and more, with the Fire Terra type, which is just able to help out against like super effective Fairy and Ice type attacks. Snarl, Air Slash, Tailwind, and Protect. The Snarl is pretty nice for lowering the special attack on Kyogre Shadow Rider against opposing Miraidons and more. Air Slash over Hurricane, which is interesting on the Rain team, but a more consistent flying move across the board for the most part. And sometimes you really only need that consistent chip damage, especially if you're leading Yvesangelist and not the Kyogre, or bring the Kyogre in some cases. Tailwind, of course, for the speed control, Protect to keep itself around. For the EV spread, it is a pretty interesting Yvesangelist. It has 92 speed with a timid nature. This allows you to outspeed Modest, max speed Landorus Incarnate that has a Choice Scarf, Modest Chiyu, Adamant Urshifus, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. Otherwise, it's a bit slow, but running a lot of bulk, 164 HP and 180 special defense, which I'm not exactly too sure on the calcs, especially with Snarl, but I assume it's just to be able to really tank those special hits, especially with the Snarl support, and really just allow Yvesangelist to stick around on the field and potentially get multiple Tailwinds up, which might be crucial. 68 special attack investment, so it's still doing a decent amount of damage, and the remainder going to defense. Across the board, this Yvesangelist is really annoying for special attackers like the Kyogre Shadow Rider. Goes for Snarls, lowers their damage output even further, and can be very useful there to get the Tailwind support for the rest of the team. Next Pokemon we have is the Leftovers Magearna with the Soul Heart ability, which is able to give it a +1 special attack boost whenever a Pokemon faints on the field. It is absolutely absurd. There's no limit with the Fairy Terra type Terastallization, so it can just power up its Fairy moves even further, as well as just get rid of any weaknesses from its Steel typing. Flare Cannon, Flash Cannon, Trick Room, and Protect. Flare Cannon, a super strong Fairy type overheat that is able to blow up opponents. Flash Cannon, a really strong Steel type move. Trick Room that is able to, of course, provide a different form of speed control. Protect to keep itself around. Yeah, Magearna is an absolutely absurd Pokemon. Leftovers just allows the Magearna to be able to get some recovery, especially helpful again if Rillaboom is on the opponent's side and they bring it to deal with the Kyogre to get rid of psychic terrain, and then you can stack the Leftovers recovery, which is super solid. And with how bulky Magearna is, the fact that Leftovers can get you out of some ranges out of maybe some 2-shots can be pretty crucial. EV spread wise, you have a good amount of HP, which is 172. This allows, again, number divisible by 16 and then add a +1 because of extra grassy terrain, and in this case Leftovers recovery. and is an odd HP staff for Ruination, as well as Super Fang for 51% in case of some random scenarios where 51% actually does matter in some calcs. Otherwise, you still have a good amount of special attack investment with 156, which gives an extra stat point. You're running Quiet Nature with 8 speed IVs, which is an interesting choice. Maybe it's just a Magearna they had, but across the board, it is going to be a slow Magearna, so it can function in Trick Room. It's not really focusing on the Tailwind aspect, but Magearna doesn't exactly have the fastest speed, so it's not like the biggest deal in the world. And across the board, you also do have a good amount of bulk in the defense and the special defense. Magearna is supposed to take attacks and really just fire back, especially with that Soul Heart and with the leftovers and potentially of grassy terrain. It can just stick around for quite a bit, stack those Soul Heart boosts, and really just fire off some really powerful damage. It is a really hard Pokemon to stop, and we'll see how well it's able to perform today. Next Pokemon we have is the Rapid Strike Urshifu with the Life Orb with the Unseen Fist, which allows its contact moves to go through Protect with the Grass Terra type, again to help out against super effective Electric and Grass type moves with the Surging Strike, Close Combat, Aqua Jet, and Protect. Across the board, this is a very offensive Urshifu. It's able to hit through Protect in Rain with the Rain Boost Surging Strikes with Life Orb. Yeah, it's able to do a ton of damage. Life Orb Close Combat's also pretty powerful. Aqua Jet for the priority, and it's running Protect over Detect, which is an interesting choice, but it's not really a big deal other than against random Imprison stuff. But across the board, the EV spread here is running 180 speed, which allows you to outspeed Smeargle, so you can go for the Surging Strikes and knock it out. You have a good amount of attack with 172 with an Adamant Nature. Otherwise, you're running a bit of extra bulk with 60 HP as well as 92 special defense to take a bit of the special attacks a bit better. But across the board, it is a fast, hard-hitting Urshifu that hits to Protect with the Rain Boost. Yeah, I don't think there's really much to say about it. Next Pokemon we have is the Choice Scarf Annihilate with the Define, which gives it a +2 attack boost when it does have a stat drop with the Fighting Terror type, which is able to power up its Fighting type attacks even further. I actually confused this and was thinking it was Grass Terra the entire time because this team does have a lot of Grass Terras, and I forgot that this was Fighting in some cases. But yes, this one is Fighting Terra, does help out and power up the close combats for necessary knockouts if needed. With Close Combat, Shadow Claw, U-Turn, and Final Gambit. Across the board, Annihilate with the Choice Scarf is able to trade with the Final Gambit, and you can go for a Final Gambit, take a knockout, and then get 2 Soul Heart boosts if led next to Magearna. It makes a lot of sense on a Magearna team, and taking trades is really nice on a hyper offensive team like this, especially against a more defensive passive team to give them one less resource. EV spread wise, it's pretty simple. You have max HP, you have max speed, of course, for the Final Gambit, and of course to outspeed any of the Choice Scarf monsters that you possibly can, and then 4 in the remainder of the attack. Across the board, use this Annihilate to set up the Magearna. Final Pokemon on this team is going to be the Safety Goggles Entity Female with the Psychic Surge ability to summon the Psychic Terrain and the Grass Terra type, which even though you do have Safety Goggles that's already immune to the Powder moves, having that Grass Terra type to be able to resist opposing Water type moves can be pretty important because this team doesn't have the best Water switch-ins, especially the Surging Strikes from opposing Rapid Strike Urshifu. And the Safety Goggles means you don't have to Terra Grass immediately to avoid the Powder moves, especially because when you want Magearna next to Entity, you don't really want to take multiple sleep turns against the Amoonguss. So having that Safety Goggles is just nice for that. Psychic, which is able to be a nice Psychic type move that's able to hit Amoonguss as well as Rapid Strike Urshifu for some stronger damage, and take advantage of the Psychic Terrain boost to Follow Me for the redirection, Helping Hand to power up the offensive capabilities of the team. And the Trick Room is able to be set up for another form of speed control with the Magearna especially. EV spread wise, this is a pretty bulky Entity Female, not much to say about it. Max HP, 244 defense to take on Surging Strikes as best as it can, and 12 special defense. And across the board, setting up the Psychic Terrain, going to be a redirector, helps out against Miraidon by having a terrain control, helps out against priority moves as well, like the Thunderclap and Grassy Glide from Rillaboom if you have the Psychic Terrain up. So it is very useful there, and can just help out this offensive team or really take advantage and do strong attacks under the Trick Room or Tailwind. So how to use the team across the board is a very more hyper offensive team. A lot of the cases you're probably going to be trying to set up either Kyogre or Magearna or sometimes even Urshifu, because Urshifu under Rain is just really powerful in a lot of cases. You can go for an Yvesangelist Tailwind lead, which is pretty strong. You could go for it next to Urshifu, or you could go for it next to Kyogre. Even the Annihilate makes a lot of sense because you could go for like Tailwind and Final Gambit trades. You can also just lead Annihilate with pretty much any of your Pokemon. Annihilate plus Magearna is a pretty common one because you can just go for the Final Gambit and get that Soul Heart double boost potentially. as well as the final Gambit next to Kyogre for a really powerful single target water spell combination, or Annihilate plus Urshifu is also a big thing. You could also lead Entity Female for the Follow Me redirection, Helping Hand support, which is also pretty nice. Or if you want to go for Trick Room, Entity plus Magearna is a pretty common one, or Entity plus Kyogre for the Follow Me water spell combination as well, makes a lot of sense. And yeah, you do have quite a bit. Otherwise, you could lead the rain mode against slower teams like Urshifu plus the Kyogre with Surging Strikes in the rain plus water spouts, a pretty powerful combination. And Magearna plus anything really like Magearna, Urshifu. Magearna plus Kyogre is also a great lead because of the fact that, of course, you do have the offensive capabilities with Kyogre. Water Spout, if it gets a knockout, does increase the Soul Heart boost that the Magearna does have access to, and reducing the damage from fire type moves that would be super effective against Magearna is always a plus. If you'd like to check out the details of the team and the creator, they'll be linked in the description down below. And let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of Magearna? Because I think this Pokemon is absolutely absurd. I haven't used it too much in VGC. I did use it in the regulation or series 13 back in Sword and Shield for a bit, and yeah, it was broken. And then of course I've used it in some Gen 6 doubles Ubers before. I don't remember if it was allowed in doubles OU. I don't think it was, but I might remember sometimes. I might have tried it before it got banned, but yeah, that mom was just too broken. It really is. Let's see how broken it is though in Regulation J with all the powerful restrictions though. Let's get started and play some games. Miraidon, Zamazenta, Farigiraf, Ursaluna, Volcarona, Grimmsnarl. Okay, this is a Reg I team. Do they beat Kyogre Entity well? I feel like they struggle against it a lot. I like Kyogre Entity. I like Magearna. I guess Urshifu, because they don't have a good answer to Ursh, really. I think that's correct. I think I'm just doing Entity plus Kyogre. I don't really see how they break through it immediately. And I guess Zamazenta is still going to be annoying, but like, that's fine. Bring Ursh in the back and the Magearna. I don't know if I'm Trick Rooming yet. I could decide to go with the Tailwind mode, but that's not guaranteed. I don't know what they exactly bring here. I could see Grimmsnarl, Zamazenta, Miraidon, Farigiraf. I don't think Volcarona is that good against my team. I could see the Bear mode too if they want to scare Trick Room, but we'll see. Grimmsnarl plus Miraidon, so this is pretty nice. I have a few different options, like Follow Me Water Spout is very tempting. They don't have a good switch. Whatever switches in would take a ton of damage. I think that's what I'm going for immediately. I'm gonna Water Spout and Follow Me. I will take a lot of damage on the Entity. That's fine. I guess the question is, how well can I set up for Trick Room? Because I'm gonna need Trick Room in this game for sure. Oh, they just go for Electric. This doesn't KO Entity. Okay. That is Specs damage. Water Spout should blow up the Grim. They didn't go for Light Screen. Are you Sash? No. So I blow up the Grim. I do have to Miraidon. I guess they're going to go into Zamazenta now, though. They're going to go to Zamazenta, and I can't take a double knockout. That makes sense, I suppose. Yeah, that's smart. Okay. Unless I go for Helping Hand. Nah, I'd rather just Follow Me Origin Pulse. Yeah, I'd rather just Follow Me Origin Pulse. They either Wide Guard here or they're going to go for Body Press. I think both make sense. I'm just going to click Follow Me. There's no way Zamazenta should be faster than Miraidon. I just don't believe that. I should get some good damage and then I should be able to bring out Magearna. And then at least we can play a mind game against them. Yep, Electro Drift again. That's fine. And he goes down. And we go for a Origin Pulse. Body Press, sure. We hit both, which is fortunate. Okay, nice. Oh, we KO'd a Miraidon with a crit? Yeah. I mean, I was fine even if I didn't get the crit because I go Magearna. They have to double up the Magearna, and I don't even know if that KOs because I Terra Fairy on the Body Press, I think. But yeah, that's super unfortunate for them. Who are their backs potentially? It's Volcarona, Farigiraf, and Grimmsnarl. I just go Ursh, right? Yeah, I just always go Ursh. It's the bear, yeah. I was fine even if it was the bear, because I'm pretty sure Ursh under Trick Room was going to destroy my opponent's team afterward. But yeah, now it's a guarantee over for them. I go for Origin Pulse and I go for Surge. I mean, it's not guaranteed over. They could body press crit my Ursh into critting me in general. Oh, I guess I have Terrassization still. I don't think that's that big of a deal realistically. I don't think it is. I'm just going to double up the Zama, I suppose. Are we going to see Terrassization? Is this the bear or is this Zama? It's the bear. Yeah, I had a feeling. Okay. Into the Ghost Terra. I mean, here's the thing. What are you doing here? Like, you have body press doesn't KO. I guess if we crit my Ursh, that's bad, but we'll see. They go for the Kyogre, so that's fine. I get the KO into the Zama, and Headlong Rush should not KO my Ursh, even after Life Orb chip. I get the Surging KO into the Zama. Perfect. And they're going to go for Headlong. Maybe I should have Grass Terra'd, but no, I'm fine here. Yeah. I saw, but they're not burned. Yeah. Okay. Headlong Rush would have been close, but I'm pretty sure I would have lived Headlong barely. Now I go out into Magearna and I think I just win. I guess if the Magearna, if they're faster for some reason. I just protect here, right? I just double protect. Yeah, I double protect here. Because I get a extra bit of burn damage on the Ursaluna. Then I go for Terra Fairy Flash Cannon as a Earthquake. Yep. Just need to confirm the move there. I'm pretty sure if I Terra Fairy with Magearna, I always live the Earthquake. I'm pretty sure I outspeed the Ursaluna, get a Flash Cannon plus Surging Strikes and Rain, and I just blow up the Ursaluna. But just to be extra safe, I suppose. We're going to go for Terra. And to avoid the Earthquake, we're going to go for Flash Cannon, and we're going to go for Surging. I'm pretty sure even if we don't get that 2 ticks of burn on the Ursaluna, like 2 more ticks of burn would knock out the Ursaluna. No, I would protect the Magearna, so I think I'd still win. But let's see, because this is Life Orb in range Surging Strikes from Urshifu. And I know Ursaluna has some pretty good bulk, but I don't think it's nearly enough to live. And they can't knock out Magearna unless they Headlong Rush or Facade that slot, but that means they don't get the KO on Ursh. As you can see, the Surging Strikes is just doing way too much. Yeah. Is this just KO? I was about to say, there's no way. There's no way. Maybe Bane, sure, but not Life Orb. Okay. And who's faster? They are faster, but I did go for Terra Fairy. And the crit wouldn't have knocked me out as I thought. So I am able to get the Flash Cannon off into the Ursaluna, and I also got like a special attack boost, so yeah, there was like no world the Ursaluna was surviving this. Flash Cannon, gonna KO the Ursaluna, a really good spot. I think I would have still been fine if I was able to get the Trick Room up, because I could have gone for like gone for the Terra Fairy angle with the Magearna. I would have probably had Urshifu out, and I still think it would have been fine, but I guess this just makes it a lot easier from my side. I also would have still had Magearna probably healthy, set up Trick Room and been fine, but yeah. Very nice. All right, we have Miraidon, Calyx, Ice Rider, Landorus Incarnate, Incineroar, Fluttermane, and Urshifu. All right, should be interesting because the Cali set is going to be a big deal. Like, what Terra is the Cali? Are there Scarfmons? Is it Booster Energy Flutter or is it Sash? Yeah, this is weird. I think Kyogre plus Entity should be a good lead for the most part, but I'm not 100%. I think Kyogre Entity is correct. I think we always bring Magearna, and I think it's always Jugulus. I want to bring Ursh, but I think Ursh is greedy here. Yeah, I think Ursh is greedy, and I can't really say I like Annihilate without knowing if it's a Scarfmon that my opponent has. Because if I can confirm like a Scarfmon, it makes it so I don't have to deal with like, okay, what does Final Gambit work against Mon position wise? Because if they get a Scarf attack off, Annihilate loses his health, and then I commit to the Final Gambit angle, I am just losing. So I don't think it's really worth the risk here. I also still don't know again if it's Booster Energy Flutter or if it's Focus Sash. So I don't really like the commitment here. It also could be just Scarf Miraidon on this build, absolutely. So that's also something like another reason why I don't want to commit to Ape here. And Urshifu is really good, but the thing is, I'm worried about like how the speed position is against this team. Because I think it's really weird to position against Kaios Miraidon with this, because you have like weird speed tiers. Okay. So we see Fluttermane and Miraidon lead, which is fine. Adron engine activates. Psychotorian's about to activate. Unless there's some crazy text. Okay, so we confirm it's booster energy flutter, so it's not Sash. That's good to know. So I have two plays. I could Terra Grass, Helping Hand, Water Spout, or Origin Pulse, or I could just follow me Water Spout. I could also just Water Spout Trick Room, but I don't really like that with NDD. So I think my ideal play is just to go for Water Spout and follow me. Problem is we don't we're about to find out the damage on the Miraidon, which is going to be important because we need to find out if this is Choice Scarf or Choice Specs damage, because depending on how its item is, it's going to be a big deal to how the game plan is going to turn out. Because if it's Specs, I can just go Yvesangelist and Tailwind the following turns. They go for Taunt, Electro Drift. Oh, they have Snarl. That doesn't look like Specs damage, so it might be Assault Vest. Okay. Did you get a Water Spout off? Good damage. Yeah, it should be Assault Vest. Okay, I don't think that's too bad. Magearna in and Protect seems pretty safe, and then I figure out how the next line goes the following turns. I don't think they Snarl again. They probably Electro Drift here, or maybe they Draco. Protect on the Flutter makes sense. They don't want to lose Flutter. This could be Snarl again, but I think that's okay, because they don't get any good damage to Magearna that's relevant in this game, so I think that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I could have went Jagearless for Tailwind, but I would have had to play around the Fluttermane anyway, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. Okay. I really don't want to Terra Grass my Kyogre unless I am absolutely forced to. I think they're going to Volt Switch here, if anything. Either Volt Switch or Snarl. I lose Kyogre, though. Like, if I risk Kyogre, it's really bad against the Cali Ice. They're probably going to taunt Magearna. I don't know what they're doing with the Miraidon. I think Volt Switch makes sense, because I don't think you want to risk, like, me switching out and going for Flare Cannon. I think I'm just going to throw off the Origin Pulse and Flash Cannon. They do taunt. Yep, that makes sense. Are you going to go for Snarl or Volt Switch? They Snarl again. Okay, perfect. So that's good for me. I do get the call right. And the reason I want to stay in with Kyogre is I do get some more chip damage onto their side, which is nice. So again, Origin Pulse off. Oh, I KO'd a Flutter? Oh, I should have Flare Cannon then. I didn't think that would KO Flutter. I do get a boost, so I'm back to -1. Here comes a Flash Cannon. Get some chip. Okay. Not terrible. Not amazing either. It should be Cali Ice. Oh, Ursh. Ooh, this Ursh. Oh, it's Dark Ursh. Okay, that makes that makes my life a lot easier. I think we go into Indeedee now. And I'm pretty sure we go for a Flare Cannon into the Ursh. Or Terra Fairy, so we don't go down like a Bandit Close Combat or something. Because I don't need my Terra on much in this game. I guess Jugulis Terra Fire would have been nice, but it's not necessary. Okay, we see Miraidon retreat, so this is Cali Ice, I assume. Yep. The Ursh has to take an offensive slot, right? Like, I don't think you can allow me to get free attacks off here, but we'll see. We bring out the Indeedee. And Terra Fairy to avoid taking like a Wicked Blow or no, to avoid a close combat from blowing me up. So here's the Terra Fairy. Granted, I'm no longer resistant to Glacial Lance, but I still have a Kyogre around, so it should still be playable. They go for Wicked Blow. They tar down my Indeedee. I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's see if Flare Cannon can do a lot here. Nice. Do some good damage. Okay, it's Sash. I was hoping it was banned. Okay. Not terrible though. We want to go Jugulus. I don't know if Ursh is going to protect or not. So this is where I wish I went for the Terra Fire with Jugulus plan instead, because I could Terra Fire, Snarl, and swap to Kyogre. Now I don't have that play because I Terra Fairy locked in. -2 special attack. I could go on Kyogre for 1 of the slots and protect, which isn't like a terrible play. I think that's probably one of the best lines that I have here. Yeah, I'm gonna do it because I could see Ursh protecting and Cali Ice just firing off a Glacial because I can't threaten the Cali Ice for a knockout here. I would love to see which terrestrialization they go for because I think that's so important to me. But we'll see. Gonna hard swap into Kyogre, hopefully get a switch in on Glacial and detect. But they could just go for the attacks. Wait, they protect the Cali? Wait, what did they do with the Ursh? Oh, okay. Oh, I could have just got like a Snarl off. Okay. This works though. This works actually. Rain stops, but I don't think that's too bad. Psychic Terrain. Maybe it's not that great. Actually, that might not be great. They're about to Glacial Lance. Unless they trick, I'm expecting Tailwind. Unfortunately, the Miraidon's healthy, so this is not an easy spot. I think I want to Snarl Water Spout. Or do I Tailwind? I think Tailwind Water Spout might be correct. Yeah, if I want to Tailwind Water Spout. They sucker my Kyogre, that makes sense. Get the Tailwind off. I think I lose this end game. Yeah, I don't see how I'm breaking through the Cali Ice. I mean, I crit the Cali Ice, but that doesn't even change much. You still have terrestrialization, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm screwed. Okay. Okay, no, well, there's one out I have. There's one out I have. Which is go Magearna. I need to read the Terra on the Cali. I need to read if Cali Terras or not. Maybe the best play was to switch out to Magearna the previous turn. Because if Origin Pulse KO'd the Miraidon or Water Spout at the range I was at, it was probably better. I think I got a Flare Cannon. The Cali. Actually, no, I don't have to Flare Cannon the Cali. I think I just have to read if there's a Terra, because I could Flash Cannon the Cali in Fury. I'm going to Flare Cannon the Miraidon. I'm going to go for Thunder in Electric Terrain. I also have Thunder Para chance as well onto the Cali at worst case. I'm hoping to catch Terra Water from the Cali and then them going for like Snarl plus like Glacial with Terra Water. That's like what I'm praying for. We do see terrestrialization, so this could be really good here. There's no way this is Miraidon. This is Cali. Should be Terra Water. Why would you Terra Fire? Wait, what if I just Origin Pulse? Damage? I do get the Para, but I don't think this is enough. Okay, they're gonna get the KO on Kyogre. Then we're gonna reset. Maybe? Just don't think I KO'd a Cali. I read the Terra, but it's fire. Like, I guess it makes sense on this comp, but like, I thought they were playing for Water Terra. Fleur Cannon. Oh, if I target Cali, I think I just win too. Because I'm like pretty sure that this Miraidon was a Assault Vest. And unfortunately, I dropped my special attack by 2 stages. Soul Heart, I'm back to neutral. You do get paralyzed. Wait. It's not leftovers either. Wait, do I win? Wait, no way. No way. I don't even know if the para is necessary because I don't know if they KO Magearna. Okay, wait, hold on. We'll find out, I suppose. I missed a Fleur Cannon. They're +1. I don't think +1 high horsepower knocked out Magearna at the range I'm at, so we'll see. I get the Terra Fairy Fleur Cannon. I'm pretty sure I live a high horsepower +1. And I KO Cali. I don't know what happened, man. Did they forget I had Tailwind up because they decided, hey, I'm just gonna Electro Drift and Terra Fire in that spot. If I click Origin Pulse, I think I just win. Because I just knock out the Cali and then the Fleur Cannon gets redirected to the thing. Did they hard read me to read the Thunder in that position? Or did they read me to Ice Beam the Miraidon? Maybe they read me to Ice Beam the Miraidon and was like, okay, I can't go down to Flash Cannon because if Ice Beam KOs the Miraidon, then I Terra Fire. So maybe that's the world where it made sense for them. Did I reveal Thunder in that game? No, I think I kept it secret for that moment. So I think that was probably their logic line. It's just funny because like the way it went bad for me into it went good for me. Again, it really just depends on if Fleur Cannon connects and if they're high horsepower. Probably does high horsepower +1 KO, because I don't think it kills Magearna like at full HP. Actually no, because I'm Terra Fairy, so high horsepower doesn't even matter. I'm pretty sure I could live maybe +1 Glacial, but that one's tough. It is single turret, but I'm pretty sure Magearna would survive. All right, we have Ursaluna, Blood Moon, Chi-Yu, Miraidon, Tornadus Incarnate, Zamazenta, and Chien-Pao. I wonder how fast a Blood Moon is, but I would assume it's max speed if there's no Trick Room element on this team. Okay. The Magearna is, of course, really, really good here, and I mean really strong. Magearna Entity is actually a really good lead. Or I could do Magearna plus Kyogre and hard swap to Entity, which I'm also tempted by, which I actually do like. Because if they lead something like Chi-Yu plus the Miraidon, I think it'd probably be better to lead that combo. Yeah. I'm going to do Magearna plus Kyogre and have Entity in the back. Or should I just lead Entity Kyogre, shut down the terrain, then swap to... there's like multiple things I can do, but I think it's correct. And then back wise, probably Ursh. Ursh destroys this team if I'm able to set up correctly. So I think this is pretty good. I think Blood Moon can be a little bit tough because even a fast Blood Moon will still probably underspeed my threats. So that's probably the only mod I might be a bit concerned about. However, across the board, I should have some really good damage output. I'm pretty curious on what they'll decide to go for lead wise here. Let's see what they decide to go for here. But I like the idea of just being able to go for Trick Room against their team because they're very fast. Zamazenta Tornadus is not what I expected. Okay. Versus Kyogre and the Magearna. Sure. I don't know if they're Taunt Tornadus. Definitely could be Taunt here. I could go Entity if I want to. I think my best play is just to protect my Entity and just go for an Origin Pulse. I like the damage in the Zamazenta immediately. I like the idea of being able to switch out into Entity the next turn and then go for a Trick Room if I need to. I don't think that's too bad of a scenario. They can't KO my Kyogre immediately. They have Protect on Torn, so I'm kind of suspecting they might not have Taunt. We will Protect on Magearna. I assume this is Body Press into Kyogre, but we'll see. Ooh, it's Body Press and Magearna, so that's actually, wait, that's amazing for me. I get a free Origin Pulse off in the Zamazenta. I was not expecting that, but I'll take it. Origin Pulse coming out, and this should do some very good damage to the Zamazenta. Yep, beautiful. All right, awesome damage. I will go for the Trick Room now, and I'm actually just going to... Do I want to fire off another Origin Pulse? Do I want to go into Entity? Because I would like Trick Room up, but I think, yeah, I am just going to go for Trick Room and Origin Pulse. I don't really see a problem with it. Body Press I will be able to take. I don't think they're Taunt on Torn now. They should be Tailwind, a Flying type attack, and... Maybe it is Taunt. I could see Rain Dance on this team or Sunny Day. But, yeah, they're just going to go for Oblique Wind, so I don't think they're Taunt. That did a lot to my Magearna. Or no, a lot to my Kyogre. Okay. Body Press. I am able to hang on. Very nice. I land Origin Pulses again. Beautiful. So I do get the KO onto the Zamazenta. Bring the Torn down to Focus Sash. So that makes sense to me. So I am able to get rid of the Zamazenta. Absolutely huge. And Soul Heart will activate. So that is a +1. Beautiful. And Trick Room is now set up. And now I feel like I'm in a fantastic spot with Magearna because I don't see how they're breaking through the Magearna. I guess they could go Blood Moon, but I'm going to sack Kyogre, get another special attack raise, then go Entity. And I don't see how they're breaking through it. So I am very happy with this decision here. Now, what are you bringing out? It should be Blood Moon. Oh, it's Miraidon. I would not want to have Miraidon if I was them. I'm just gonna go for a I mean, it's not Dazzling Gleam. I do have Fleur Cannon. I think I'm just gonna go for Fleur Cannon into Miraidon, and I'm gonna go for Thunder into the Miraidon as well, because it covers a Terra on their side. Fleur Cannon plus Thunder should KO the Miraidon no matter what, because it's +1 Fleur Cannon and then a Thunder and Electric Terrain. If they don't Terra, the Fleur Cannon should knock out the Miraidon, and if it does Terra, Thunder should KO the Miraidon. So feeling pretty good here. VGC Terrestrialization. I wouldn't be surprised if this is Terra Electric or Terra... Actually, this is... Okay. Terra Fire. That might be bad. They protect the Torn, which is good. Okay. I go for the Fleur Cannon into the Miraidon. That actually is so fast. Let's see how much this Thunder does. It's an Electric Terrain. Not enough. Parabolic Charge. That's fine. Okay. So Kyogre goes down, which is cool. But the Miraidon didn't really heal that much. And now I can go Urshifu. And yeah, I'm fine. Urshifu just cleans up the game here. Okay. Could have been dicey if it wasn't Parabolic Charge, if it was like something like Electro Drift, I think, into the Magearna, but I'll definitely take that. I was not expecting Terra Fire on this team, but yeah, we go Urshifu, we click Surging Strikes, we click Flash Cannon, we're good. Do I want to click Aqua Jet to be absolutely safe? I don't see this being... Actually, I guess it could be Scary Face Torn. If they Scary Face a Miraidon, yeah, I would want to cover for that, right? I'm going to Flash Cannon Aqua Jet. They don't have Priority Blocker, right? No, they don't. And nothing's switching into Aqua Jet. They're going to retreat the Torn, so they don't have Scary Face into the Ursaluna? Yeah, Ursaluna. But what's nice is because I also Aqua Jet the Miraidon, I also get the special attack boost before I get the attack off into the Ursaluna. So this Flash Cannon is about to do a ton of damage to the Ursaluna. So I am very happy with this turn, and we should be able to blow something up here. The next with Aqua Jet, because they can't terrestrialize the Ursaluna anymore. Flash Cannon gonna come out into Ursaluna. Solid damage. Solid damage. I think that was what, neutral, or was that +1? It could be a Solvest Blood Moon, but I'm not really too concerned about it. Horn coming in. I win anyway, right? I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah, that was +1, so that might be a Solvest Blood Moon. It might be. If that's the case, does it really matter too much? I mean, I should still have to win regardless, because Aqua Jet I think should KO the Blood Move Life Orb. I'm just gonna Flash Cannon the Ursaluna and Aqua Jet anyway. Ursaluna. Yeah, Aqua Jet just KOs the Ursaluna. I didn't think it was living a Life Orb in rain Aqua Jet from Urshifu at that percentage. And our Soul Heart, but Flash Cannon will be able to blow up the Torn, and that is good game. So they had a really weak Trick Room matchup, and yeah, like the turn 1, I mean, it worked out perfectly. I didn't actually expect, like, I expected body press to come out maybe into the Magearna, but I didn't expect like no taunt coming out from Torn. So I don't know. Maybe they were expecting like the Iron Jugulus mode of my team, but since I led the full-on Trick Room route, like a Torn plus Marida or a Torn plus Zama, I guess covered for Annihilate lead if I led Annihilate for Final Gambit. But even then, I could still Final Gambit Trick Room. I feel like it's still a weird spot regardless for them. So very nice. All right, this is interesting. Arceus, I think that's normal Arceus with Kyogre, Rillaboom, Incineroar, Raging Bolt, and Chi-Yu. A very offensive team with no speed control, which is interesting. Okay. So Jugulus Magearna seems really good here into their team. Annihilate's also pretty decent. They got to be careful though. I don't think actually I don't really like Annihilate as much because of the fact that they have a bunch of priority. Sure, I have Entity, but I don't even think I'm bringing Entity in this matchup. I think the play is to go with like Iron Jugulus plus the, is it Kyogre or Magearna? I think Iron Jugulus makes sense. Could lead Ursh too, but that's way too weak to Raging Bolt lead. I think Iron Jugulus plus Magearna makes the most sense to me with Kyogre and Urshifu. Let's see. I'm kind of curious on what they go, because Chi-Yu is such a weird mon, but they might bring it for the Beads of Ruin to power up the Kyogre so it can blow up my Magearna. I don't know if they'll leave Arceus behind because I could see it, because if it's Terra Normal or just normal Terra, I could see it. I wish I liked Kyogre, man. I had a feeling too. I could have just let Kyogre and had such a great spot. This is still a fine position, I suppose, but like obviously I could have had a much better spot. Beads of Ruin goes off before the Drizzle, which is not surprising. The booster energy is going to come out, so it has to be timid Chi-Yu in order to outspeed me. I think my best play is just to get a Snarl off immediately and go out a Kyogre, because I take way too much damage if I don't go for the Snarl. I gotta see if Iron Jugulus lives this Beads of Ruin attack from Kyogre, if even at -1 special attack, which I'm hoping it does, so I can get the Tailwind up the next turn, because otherwise it's ugly. Man, if I just led the Kyogre, I really thought they were leading Raging Bolt, that's why. I thought they were gonna go Raging Bolt, but they just hard read the Magearna, maybe like Entity lead, and tried to Water Spout blow it up, which it looks like that's their plan. Okay, we're gonna go Kyogre. They go for Snarl. Okay, that's fine. Unfortunately, they're timid Scarf Chi-Yu, so that's something to note. Nice. Okay. They go for Origin Pulse, which is perfect. Nice. Now I can Tailwind Thunder, I suppose, the Kyogre. Or do I want to Snarl? I see myself going for Snarl again, because I might get Trick Room up instead. I think I'm going to Snarl Thunder the Kyogre on their side. I think that's okay, because I think Raging Bolt's coming out regardless. They didn't switch to Raging Bolt? I thought they were going to switch to Raging Bolt for the Chi-Yu and not risk the Origin Pulse. Oh no. I'm about to take a lot of damage. Okay, I do get a Snarl off. And I do get a Beats of Ruin Thunder off. Who's faster with the Kyogre is the question. Mine's is faster, which is really good. I get a Thunder off. Good damage. Okay, they're Thunder too. They don't KO though, which is actually really good for me because I get a Tailwind off and I can protect. Then next turn I can get an Ursh and start Surging Strikes, which is really good here. Ooh, Kyogre retreats. Interesting. Into what? Rilla? Okay, that makes sense. Don't mind that one though. All right. So we get to protect with our Kyogre, then we can get a Tailwind off. The Snarl comes out, but the Jugulus will hang on from the Snarl, I think. Yep. And we get Tailwind up. Okay, perfect. Now we need to set up this board. Do Air Slash the Rilla, go Magearna, because I'm not risking losing a bunch of mons early. I get to go Magearna. I'll get an Air Slash off in the Rilla. If they decide to Grassy Glide or fake out my... Oh, okay. Interesting. They swap out here into Raging Bolt. Arceus. Okay, so they didn't bring Raging Bolt. Interesting. Okay. Because I do get out my Magearna again on Air Slash. Oh, I get a good crit on Rilla. That's a good crit on Rilla. Ooh, and the flinch. Dang, that was a good turn. It is normal Terra. Okay, so that is concerning still. I might still lose to Arceus in the end game at this point, though. Yeah, I'm gonna have to Air Slash the Arceus for a flinch chance, and we're gonna Flash Cannon the Rilla, which probably just Grassy Glides. Yeah, they're gonna take the knockdown on the Jagelis. I get the Flash Cannon into the Rilla at least, but yeah, this is still scary. Yeah, there's a Sword Stance. Oh, this is terrifying. You get a Flash Cannon off into the Rillaboom. Rillaboom goes down. Get a Soul Heart boost, which is good. Rain stops. We go out into Urshifu. They go Chi. Okay. I'm thinking they extreme speed my Ursh always. So I'm thinking what I'm doing is I'm going Kyogre and I'm going to go for Flare Cannon. Because if they extreme speed my Ursh, they're going to extreme speed my Ursh, get a... And basically what happens is because they extreme speed the Ursh, I think with Beads of Ruin, and I'm going to go for Terra Fairy because unless they hard read me and extreme speed my Magearna, I'll live like an overheat from Chi-Yu if that's their option to decide to pick, like extreme speed into Ursh and overheat in Magearna. I get the Rain Up and the Terra Fairy should allow me to survive the attack from Chi-Yu regardless, and hopefully the Flare Cannon knocks out. And Ursh would be able to win the game, hopefully in the end, because of that. Okay, the Arceus Terras. Into Ghost, that makes sense. Oh, this could be spooky because they might just target Magearna instead. But they're not going to go for extreme speed in Magearna, right? They're going to go for a different attack, if so. Alright, here's the Terra Fairy. Let's see. Who did they target? They did extreme speed the Ursh. Okay, that's really, really good. Because now I'm +2 with Beads of Ruin. I need to hit the Flare Cannon. He went for Heat Wave, which is perfect. So my plan worked. Okay. And then we get the Flare Cannon off into Arceus. We take the knock on Arceus, I imagine. Yep. Beautiful. Knock out the Arceus. And now we should just win the game because Urshifu should just be able to sweep. Wait, unless Tailwind is over. But I think I have one more turn of Tailwind if I'm not mistaken. I could still win even if Tailwind's over, actually. Depends on the Kyogre set, but I think I'm fine. Oh yeah, it's not Specs Kyogre, so I think I should be fine regardless. Tailwind peters out. Okay, yeah, Tailwind peters out, but I think I still win. Since I go Ursh, I double protect to get the leftovers in the Grassy Terrain recovery. Then I Aqua Jet KO to Chi-Yu with Life Orb Aqua Jet. And then I KO the Kyogre. We do know it is Scarf Chi-Yu because it outsped my Jagelis, right? So we double protect here. Because that extra bit of Grassy Terrain leftovers recovery could be a big difference on a Origin Pulse. I think we'll live Origin Pulse anyway. Maybe we could live a crit. Or Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump, it would change the roll for sure. Heat Wave. I could also Surging here, the Kyogre, but I don't think that's ever worth the risk. They do Origin Pulse, okay. We don't know the speed stats here on the Kyogre. Grassy terrain disappears from the field, which is perfect. I think we go for Aqua Jet, and I think we Trick Room. The reason I think we Trick Room is if they go for Origin Pulse, I think it's correct. The reason I think it's correct is because if I miss Flare Cannon, then I get double Origin Pulse and I lose, right? So I think my best odds is to Trick Room. Because if they Thunder, that's fine too. The boost. Do they Origin Pulse or not? They Origin Pulse, yeah. So at worst case as well, Urshifu will outspeed the Kyogre, hopefully, because I'm not like max speed Urshifu. And we're slower than modest max speed Kyogre, and we'll be slower than Timid for sure. I mean, no matter what, if I miss a Flare Cannon, it came down to Kyogre's speed, so I think this gives me the best odds here. There's no reason to protect. It's just to throw off close combat and Flare Cannon. I guess Aqua Jet plus Flash Cannon might have been enough, but I don't think so. I think I'd rather not risk it and just go for close combat. They do end up forfeiting the game though, so ooh, perfect. We did get lucky with the crit on Narilla because that allowed me to beat the Ruin situation, but I did still have to make a really hard aggressive call on the Arceus and was able to have, again, a really good spot where I got the really perfect turn of, again, Kyogre in, Air Fairy, Flare Cannon, utilizing their own Beats of Ruin against them, and that really paid off. Unfortunately, lead-wise, it didn't work out as well as I was hoping for. I could have just led Yvesangelist plus Kyogre, but unfortunately, they read me to go with the Magearna Entity, I guess, combination-wise, and tried to threaten it, but oh man, if I let Kyogre, it would have been so much of an easier game. I wouldn't have had to take so much damage, but you know what? We still had a pretty good, strong position with Magearna set up. All right, we have a hard Trick Room route with Magearna, Lunala, Ursaluna, Annihilate, Entity, and Smeargle. Magearna mirrors are so funny because of Soul Heart. Like, they're really funny because of Soul Heart. Okay. How do I want to approach this one? I do like Magearna as a lead. Yvesangelist seems pretty nice here, but I don't outspeed Annihilate. Yeah, Annihilate does outspeed me, but they don't know that, so maybe I could still lead it. I think I will still lead it. And then in the back, probably Kyogre and Entity, I think. I think that's pretty good. I don't know if they're going to lead Smeargle because they could lead Smeargle. If they lead Smeargle, I do have Entity that can come in and then just redirect any Decorate or Spore. So that's not like awful. We'll see. Gonna be the Annihilate Magearna. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. As I lead Yvesangelist. So they don't know my speed, but I am faster than the Annihilate, which is good here. I'm going to protect, and I'm just going to go for an Air Slash into the Annihilate. If they swap out, which is fine. But if they stay in, they get punished. And if they take the knockout into my Yvesangelist, it's like we take a trade. And I think Yvesangelist is my least needed member here. I think they're going to try to Final Gambit my Magearna or Hard Swap, which both are fine. Oh, I guess if they go Ursaluna, I'm in trouble. Oh, wait, I didn't think about that. I guess I can play around it, but that's still really bad. Oh, please don't go hard Ursaluna. Please don't hard Ursaluna. They might U-turn still, so I'm not out of the woods yet, but I protect here. Yeah, they Final Gambit. Okay, so this is really good for me. Okay, I'll definitely take that. As I get an Air Slash off, good damage, and Trick Room. Okay, so super ideal turn. Super ideal turn. Now it's kind of awkward. I want to reverse Trick Room and protect. I could do that. I could also let Yvesangelist go down here, which would actually be kind of nice. I think that's a play. Because I can go for Trick Room, for instance, and Snarl here, which I think both are good. I'm going to go for it. I go for Dazzling Gleam, which is not knocking out Yvesangelist, which is really nice, actually, because I get the Snarl off before the Annihilate goes for the final Gambit KO. I'll activate Defiant, but it doesn't matter because they're locked into Final Gambit because we confirmed Scarf earlier. Okay. We lowered a special attack on the Magearna. Excellent. You go for Final Gambit and even take the Jugulis, which is very nice. Okay. So that's exactly what I wanted. Now I get a free swap into Kyogre, and Kyogre is going to be in a very nice time. Although the Soul Hearts are active, I am +2 and they are only at +1. So pretty solid, I'd say. Pretty solid. Yep. As I said, the Soul Hearts are really funny in these situations. We get the Trick Remote. All right, we're going Kyogre. Get the Leftovers recovery. And we go out into Kyogre. As they go Lunala, that makes sense. So if they Wide Guard, that's fine. Because I'm just going to Flash Cannon. Like, if they're spamming turns of Wide Guarding, they're not getting attacks off, which is huge for me. So I'm going to go for Flash Cannon, and I'm going to go for Water Spout. I'm just going to fire off the attacks. Magearna at +1 should not be able to kill my Kyogre. So I think that's fine. We're going to see Terastization come out. So is this Lunala? No, Magearna into what? I Flash Cannon that slot. I don't know why they Terra Fairy in this position. Are they going for the KO on a Kyogre? They do go for the Wide Guard. They're going for Flare Cannon. There's no way, right? There's no way you target the Kyogre without that, right? Water Spout fails. Okay. Like, this is just such a confusing terastization. Oh, they go for... Oh, right. It was Gleam. Yeah. Oh, wait. That doesn't even know. Yeah. It did a lot, actually. It did a lot more than I expected to Kyogre, but Flash Cannon going to come out, take the knockout into the Magearna, and now I'm in a good spot, I'd say. I'm in a good spot. It depends on the last, but I think I'm in a much better spot. Now, Leftovers will heal the Magearna, get a bit more HP. I'll be out of Moongeist Beam range. Let's see what the last Pokemon is. Should be Ursaluna, I'd imagine. Yep. I'm going to go for my Terastallization. Go for the Flare Cannon. Like, I could still lose this game. Like, I could actually still lose this game. And Thunder. Lunala. This comes down to kind of a readish turn because I could Flare Cannon Ursaluna. They could protect. They could Wide Guard again and attack with the Ursaluna, which is fine. Or they could Moongeist Beam Earthquake, double up my Magearna, and that would screw me over. So let's see. Oh, they do just Wide Guard again. So assuming I hit the Flare Cannon, I should just win the game. Depending on if the Ursaluna is slower or faster Magearna, but I assume I'll Hard Trick Room and Min Speed Ursa. Nice. Okay, so I should win assuming I hit another Flare Cannon. So Flare Cannon's going to take the knockout into the Lunala. The double up just ensured that Trick Room never went up for them. And because, again, I think they're Hard Trick Room, so it's Min Speed on the Ursaluna. That's what I assumed, and it looks like my assumption is right because they shouldn't be able to knock out Magearna here. You go for Earthquake, and I should live easily. Yep. Perfect. Get another Solar boost on top of that, so makes up for the Flare Cannon loss. The question is, do I think helping him Flash Cannon or Psychic Flash Cannon does the job, or do I have to Flare Cannon here? I think I'd rather go for the Flare Cannon to be safe. Psychic Surge, there's no priority. Imagine if Ursaluna got extreme speed. We're +3. I kind of don't think Flash Cannon is enough. I guess I could just protect Psychic because they're definitely going to Earthquake, right? And Earthquake doesn't knock out Entity. So I guess that's actually the better play. And if they take the knock on Entity, I get a boost on top. So I think that's the correct play. Like, it does a good amount. They go for Earthquake. I'm pretty sure this doesn't KO Entity, and if it does, that's fine. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure I win now by clicking Helping Hand Flash Cannon, and now I don't have to risk it. Like, I guess I'm risking a potential speed tie, but Magearna's speed stat is just so awkward. It's like 66. Yeah, like I don't think there's an Ursaluna that has like that little speed IVs and we speed tie, because we saw my Magearna move before the Ursaluna the last turn. So Helping Hand Flash Cannon should seal it here. And if it doesn't, I'll be very shocked. Okay, yep. Helping Hand Flash Cannon +3 should easily KO. Yep, goodbye Ursaluna. And that'll be the victory. Okay, awesome. So a lot of it did go exactly how I thought. Other than like maybe Final Gambit turn 1. If they did switch out the Annihilate and Ursaluna though, I could have had a really scary position. Or if they went for U-turn into Jagearless, that could have also been a scary situation. But luckily, they did go for the simple Final Gambit plan, and it just worked out for me because I was able to get a lot of momentum, especially with the free switch to Kyogre, reverse into Trick Room as well. And then they just let me Flash Cannon, which was shocking because they Terra Fairy'd. It ended up being perfect spot. All right, we're gonna see Annihilate, Urshifu, Indeedee, Calyx, Ice Rider, Hatterene, and Magearna. Okay, interesting. So they have the hard Tricker matchup with a lot of threats, actually. It should be Dark Urshifu though, right? Or it could be Water, I guess. They have a really tough time of breaking through Instant, I think. Yeah, they have a really tough time of breaking through Instant. Do I want to go for... I want to go for a gamble again and go Iron Jagearless Magearna. I want to say against this team, no. It's a lot harder to do that, especially with Cali Ice. I think we want to just go Magearna plus... I kind of want to lead Kyogre, or maybe Kyogre or Indeedee. Kyogre or Indeedee isn't bad either. No, but I want to lead Magearna because if they Final Gambit, I want the special type. Because I think I go Magearna Kyogre. And then in the back, I like the... Is it Ursh here? I think it's Ursh Indeedee, right? Could be Jugulis, but I think Indeedee's better. Let's see how this is going to go, because I'm not 100% certain. If they lead Annihilate, I might just double protect turn 1, reading Final Gambit, Trick Room. Then I could go for like a Water Spout, reverse Trick Room, which would be really good here. If they lead Indeedee Magearna, this is a perfect blow up situation for me, because Water Spout Flash Cannon is about to do a ton of damage to them, so I'll gladly take this. Are you Psychic Seed? You're not Psychic Seed. I could also reverse Trick Room too, but I think I'd rather just Flash Cannon and Water Spout. I think that's like pretty reasonable. So I'm just going to go for big damage. We're going to see Terrassization come out. So who's Terrassizing? Indeedee? Magearna. You have Water Grass? Grass, okay. So we confirmed a Terra immediately, which is nice. Okay. So that is pretty solid. They go for Follow Me. Do I get the KO with Flash Cannon? Water Spout? Indeedee hangs on. Are you Sash? Yeah, it is Sash. Okay, that makes sense to me. Did they Trick Room or not? They didn't. So I do get the Flash Cannon read right. As they Flare Cannon for damage, but this is a perfect situation for me. I get a free Flash Cannon off in Indeedee. They're a Life Orb Magearna too, so that's even worse for them. They take more damage. I get the KO on the Indeedee, and now their Magearna is heavily threatened. So this is a pretty good turn, I'd say. Soul Heart activates, but my Soul Heart is also active. Okay, who's coming out next? I guess Annihilate here would be weird. They're also like -1 special attack, so they're not like threatening too much damage. Cali Ice comes in. I just Flash Cannon, right? And Origin Pulse? Don't see a problem with that. I think I target down to Magearna because there's a chance that the Cali protects here. Yeah, I'm just going to Origin Pulse Flash Cannon. Okay, they just are going hard aggressive mode here, which makes sense. They're really down behind. Speed tie between our Magearnas, or they went for Trick Room, so I do get the Flash Cannon KO into Magearna. All right. Good. You get rid of Magearna. Did they get Trick Room up? Because if they don't get Trick Room up, I think it's game over. Okay. Do you have enough tools to break through Magearna though, is the question. Is it... It's Hattering back too. I don't know if they do. They don't have Terrestrialization. It's looking really rough for them. I think I sack Kyogre, bring in Entity, click follow me, and Flash Cannon or Reverse Trick Room, and I win the game. Yeah, I think that's the play. It protects Magearna. There should be Expanding Force, and I imagine it blows up my Kyogre. Unless it's not Life Orb. If it's not Life Orb and Cali gets the boost, that's kind of weird. But I should still be fine. Yeah, it does. Okay. Kyogre goes down, but I'm sealing this up in the end game with Entity. Thank you for another boost, by the way. Oh, wait. It was Life Orb Magearna. High horsepower. Yep. I guess they could still win on a reverse Trick Room Mind Game, but I'm pretty sure... Oh, wait. They could do that. So it might be in my best interest to just Flash Cannon anyway. I think I Flash Canned Hattering. Wait. You could be this... Oh, no. Entity was Sash, so it can't be Sash Hattering. Yeah, I just follow me Flash Cannon. Because if I KO the Hattering, Urshifu next to Magearna beats the Cali at this range. They go for Expanding Force and Glacial. A lot of damage, but I'm fine. Yeah, they Glacial. Good play on their part. Does this KO? It does, but I do hang on. Because Hattering can't be Sash. So Flash Cannon at plus how much special attack am I at? Am I at 5 at this point? Flash Cannon should KO easily. Yep. And now Ursh next to Magearna should seal up the win guaranteed. Do I even waste turns double protecting? It's probably better anyway, because we confirmed that Cali Ice is min speed. Yeah, we just double protect. Well, actually, there's no way your Sword Stance and Sword Stance here. At worst case, I go for a double protect, and if I get one of those, I win. So yeah, I just double protect. And then I Surging Flash Cannon, I'll win. You go for high horsepower into Magearna? No, into Ursh. Okay. Regardless, they can't win now. Rain stops, but I have way too much firepower to win. I guess Glacial double crit? And they live CC? No shot. No shot you live CC at that range. I don't think so. I'm close combat Flash Canning. I think that always wins. I'm like pretty confident that always wins. Yep, they went for high horsepower. And I get to close combat. Okay. And even if I don't KO, Surging would KO. They had to Glacial Lance double crit. I don't know if that even KOs or puts me in the range that I need. They were +1, but I don't think it's enough. And yeah, close combat just blew up the Cali at that range. With Life Orb, I thought there was like no chance it was living at that range. So, very solid. Very solid. It was just like an aggressive turn 1. I got the lead right. Huge Water Spell Flash Cannon. Got to turn 1 right. Because if I went for Trick Room there, to reverse their Trick Room could have gotten ugly. So I was able to get that turn 1 right. Turn 2, I kind of got wrong. I should have just Flash Canned the Cali Ice because I think I would have just been put in an auto win situation. But you know what? We'll still take it. Alright, we have Tornadus, Urshifu, Zamazenta, Calyx, Shadow Rider, Rillaboom, and Entity. Double terrain, okay. What do I want to go here? I don't know if they're in Prison Trick Room. I could see this being in Prison Trick Room. There's a lot. Problem is their own Ursh is super terrifying. Their own Ursh is really terrifying. Okay. Am I breaking through this team? Because Ursh is really hard for me to switch into. I like Jugulus in the matchup, but I don't think it's as great. I think I got to do something like Trick Room mode. I don't think that the Annihilate is good unless I predict him not to go the Tailwind mode, but I can't even guarantee it's good because of the Entity. I think it's Magearna plus Entity because it's like my safest lead against Ursh. With Kyogre, my own Ursh in the back. This is gonna be a tough one because I have no idea exactly what they're gonna bring. I think they always bring Zamazenta Rillaboom. I think they bring Shadow Rider Ursh. But they could bring the Entity mode if they have Imprison, which is not easy. And Torn could be a thing if they have Taunt, because they might be scared of the Tailwind mode on my side. Yvesangelist could have led here, but I don't really think it's the greatest lead because it gets pressured by like a Banded Ursh if it is Banned Ursh. So that's why I'm leading Entity, because it's like my only answer to Banned Ursh. Okay, we're gonna see Calyrex and Rillaboom, so this might work out well. Whose terrain goes off first? As one. Whose terrain? Grassy or Psychic? Okay. So that's nice because we do have the ability to block the Fake Out immediately, which is great. What kind of Calyrex do I think this is? I have no clue. I think I'm just gonna Trick Room though. And I am just gonna fire off a Psychic, and I think I always target down the Gorilla. Because I'm pretty sure if I Psychic the Calyrex, I'm pretty sure I don't even KO. Okay, we see a Terra coming out from the Calyrex. There's no way Helping Hand Terra goes Astro. Oh wait, is this Specs? Does this blow me up? I don't think it does. Astro Barrage? I mean, Magearna is bulky. I don't expect this to go down. Are you high horsepower, Rilla? Oh my goodness. Okay, that is Specs Calyrex, and Magearna somehow lived. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Because I did not. I did not. But Magearna, hecka bulky. Okay, so that's Specs. I could have got a Psychic off, which would have been really good, but sure. They bring in their own Entity, okay? Psychic Seed, that's bad. All right. Magearna gets Trick Room up. Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to sack Magearna here and play a mind game with the Calyrex, which is fine, I suppose. I'm gonna Flare Cannon to Entity. Actually, I think I could just Helping Hand Flare Cannon to Calyrex. I don't think that KOs though. So are they gonna follow me or are they gonna reverse Trick Room? That's my question. Because I don't know. I think I'm gonna Flare Cannon. I'm gonna reverse and I'm gonna go for Trick Room, reading them to go for Trick Room because I gotta get the mind game right. Okay, I think they did reverse Trick Room, so this is good. Okay, huge. Wait, that's fine. Because they probably are Trick Room, right? They go for Astro Barrage. Because, like, I'm about to get Kyogre in and click Water Spout. Which is really good for me. So they get the KO on Magearna, but Kyogre is about to come in and click Spout. And I think I'm about to blow up the Entity, so that's fine. As long as this female Entity doesn't get after you, that's a male exclusive. So I get the Water Spout off with Helping Hand or Psychic, depending on like what the Entity moveset is. We click Water Spout. Do they? Okay, we have Helping Hand and Psychic is sealed, so I have to go for Helping Hand in this scenario. Okay, so I should get a double knockout here, unless the Entity can't Terra. Helping Hand's gonna come out. I already went for Trick Room, so I am in Trick Room. I go for Psychic, which is going to hurt a bit. But I should still easily blow up these Pokemon. Maybe not Entity with the Psychic Seed. Okay, yeah. But that's still pretty decent. Okay. Not awful. They're about to go Rilla. Okay. This is a protect play for me and an Ursh switch. Because I don't think they're going to target the Entity with a grass move. They're going to target the Kyogre with either U-turn, Fake Out, or Wood Hammer, I think. Don't Psychic my Entity slot. I just don't think that's the case. Okay, we bring out the Ursh. Hopefully we don't take any damage in the process. Beating the Rilla is still going to be really tough, but it's possible. We go for the Psychic in the Kyogre. Please tell me this was a double up. I imagine so. They go to Zama with U-turn. That's fine too. Nice. Okay. All right. That's good. Last turn of Trick Room though. I kind of have to get this right, I think. Where's the Woodhammer going and which mon do I have to Terra in order to do that? I think they're going to target my Ursh because I think Ursh is more threatening than Kyogre. So I think I'm going to throw off a Water Spout. And I'm going to go for Terra Grass Aqua Jet. Yeah. Maybe the play was to go for close combat, but I'm not 100% sure. Nah, I don't really like taking too much damage with the Ursh this turn. I'm going to go for Terra Grass to avoid Woodhammer doing too much. And then we'll see how the rest plays out. We get an Aqua Jet. We KO the Entity. I'm hoping that this is Woodhammer into Ursh. Because I think the Ursh is more threatening than the Kyogre, but we'll see. Nice. Okay, beautiful. I get a single target Water Spout. I get a ton of damage into the Rilla. Amazing. Okay. It's not over by far though. Because I am very low with my Urshifu. I need to read the body press target now. And also, do they Grassy Glide or not is also a good question. And I could go Entity, but I think I have to get on the right slot. I think I have to Origin Pulse here. And I think I have to Detect or Protect. I'm pretty sure Kyogre lives a Grassy Glide, so I think I get an Origin Pulse unless they Grassy Glide Body Press or they Body Press Kyogre, but I might live Body Press at this range. Okay. It is a Body Press. Okay, please give me the... Please give me this Origin Pulse. Nice. Beautiful. I get the big damage in Zama and I get huge damage in Rilla as they Woodhammer my Kyogre. They go down to recoil and I think I win the game off that. So I had to make some hard calls, but I felt like it was very likely they target the Ursh because it hits to Protect and the Life Orb Surging Strikes was way more threatening. So I get like 2 good reads off and I'm able to secure the win that way. Oh, that maneuvering was a bit difficult, but thankfully I was able to win this. They already Terra Ghosted the Calyx, so I don't have to worry about Terra anymore. The Entity comes in. All I have to do is click Follow Me, Surging Strikes, and I win the game. Whew, okay. I had a feeling that the maneuver that I did was solid. I had to call the target. I'm glad I called them respecting the Ursh. They had to respect the Ursh multiple times. And again, they had to hard read me and Grassy Glide Body Press the Kyogre as I detect Ursh there. Otherwise, like my win con was just hoping that Surging killed the Zamazenta because that might have been a way I could win. But yeah, it would have had to be a full health. And I even with Rain and Life Orb, I just don't think I KO Zamazenta in one shot. But I guess we'll find out. But we go for Follow Me and we go for Surging. I'm not misclicking here to lose the game. Oh, they're going to forfeit. Whew, okay. So Specs Calyx, I mean, I could have anticipated that based on Torn as well as Entity, but I wasn't 100% sure. It could have just been Sash, so I had no idea to confirm. They didn't bring the Ursh or the Torn, which made sense. The Imprison on the Entity actually made things quite awkward, but thankfully we were able to manage and get a lot of I was able to get the calls right, like the targets, which was important. and I was able to maneuver the Ursh and get in safely. All right, let's go over the games. In game 1, surprised that there was no light screen from the Grimmsnarl, but I was able to get a great knockout turn 1 and a huge amount of damage to Miraidon, and then a really nice crit into Miraidon turn 2. Though it might not have been necessary to win the game, it did make life a lot easier for me as I was able to set up a great position against the Ursaluna remainder. In game 2, I don't know how I won this one, but I somehow did. I really thought it was over when it was Dark Urshifu next to Calyx Ice Rider, and I just didn't know how I was going to be able to position against the Miraidon. The turn where the Terra Fire still catches me a lot by surprise, as I really did not expect what was going to happen next, but I was still able to win. The Thunder Para did help out. I don't know if the Glacial lands at +1 would have KO'd Magearna. I think it would have depended on their EV spread on the Calyx Ice Rider. But yeah, it was definitely not what I had anticipated that final turn to be, and I cannot believe they also risked the Origin Bulls, but I guess they were like, okay, he's gonna go for Ice Beam into Miraidon, and yeah, I did not have Ice Beam, so I could have went for the Origin Pulse and been fine. In game 3, a great turn 1 amount of damage, and Magearna and Kyogre was able to do a lot to them. Although the fact that it was Terra Fire Miraidon made things really complicated, because I went for Flare Cannon and Thunder and I didn't kill the Miraidon because I was like, there's no way they go for Terra or Fire if they have it. And I thought it was going to be Terra Electric or Terra Fairy, but nope, it was. And yeah, that was pretty bad because it resisted my Flare Cannon, and also like the Thunder was just not enough to kill the Miraidon. Thankfully, Parabolic Charge was weak and I was still able to win the end game regardless. In game 4, it is Arceus and Kyogre, which is an interesting pair, and let me just say, I could have just led the Kyogre plus the Yvesangelist. Been a fantastic spot, but unfortunately I didn't commit to it. I led a mid-ground lead and it ended up not working out well. Luckily, was able to get some snarls off and able to position Magearna and got an incredible turn right where I was able to blow up the Arceus, but the help of the crit on the Rillaboom did help out. However, I was still able to put myself into a best spot and really fight through that position, because if I did get that turn wrong, it could have just been an auto game loss. In game 5, hard Trick Room Magearna mirrors, which was weird, especially because I did go for the bait with the Yvesangelist, hoping that they wouldn't go for Final Gambit, but I'm still surprised they went for Final Gambit anyway into my Magearna. I thought they were going to go for Close Combat or maybe a U-turn there, but yeah, they instead went for the Final Gambit mode and ended up making my life a lot easier, especially with Dazzling Gleam. I was able to get like Snarls, I was able to reverse Trick Room and put myself in a great position with Kyogre and Magearna. But yeah, definitely a strange one there, but it did end up somehow working off the lead. In game 6, another hard Trick Room mirror, but I did get an incredible lead off Kyogre Magearna, was able to KO the Indeedee turn 1, force the Terrassization out of their Magearna. They didn't get Trick Room up. Turn 2 was able to blow up another Pokemon. They finally got Trick Room up, but the remainder 2 of Hatterene, Calyx Ice Rider, really hard to break through my Magearna, especially next to the Indeedee Follow Me. Was able to sacrifice Indeedee to get one more KO onto their Hatterene, and then Cali Ice that was already weakened versus Urshifu Water and Magearna. Yeah, it was just pretty much impossible for them to win at that point. In game 7, it was a rough start with it being Terra Ghost, Calyx, Shadow Rider, and they brought both Terrain Mons with the Imprisoned Indeedee, which was kind of awkward. Thankfully, they imprisoned when I tried to reverse Trick Room though, because that would have been really ugly if then I tried to Trick Room and then they imprisoned the next turn. However, even after being down, taking a lot of damage, I was able to get every single call right, especially protecting on the turns that they doubled up that slot, and to protect the right mon every time, get the damage that I needed with either Kyogre or Urshifu afterward, and that ended up allowing me to slowly build back up towards a winning position. So how was the team? Overall, yeah, Magearna's busted. I mean, we know Zacian Kyogre back in Gen 8 was one of my favorite combos, and it was like one of the most popular cores because of the incredible synergy between the typing that Zacian had with Kyogre. Magearna, absolutely incredible. That Trick Room option is also great. It's good into Miraidons and it's good into like a lot of things that Kyogre doesn't like to hit. And yeah, that Soul Heart ability, imagine getting a Water Spout off, getting a double knockout, and having a Magearna next to it. Yeah, it's a pretty powerful combo. It is just a very fun team that can just instantly blow up teams with the amount of damage output that it does have access to. If you'd like to try it out, the rental code is on the screen. Hopefully it's still available by the time the video comes out. If you'd like to check out the details of the team and the creator, they'll be linked in the description down below. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more VGC content as always.